Hi there. Good to see you again. We're back here to comment on point number 7 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. I hope you have found your own copies of the Catechism. It's readily available in the internet, maybe not in book form, but you can always access the Catechism in various websites, Catholic websites. In fact, what I'm using now is the website catholicculture.org. But I'm sure you could find a copy of the Catechism in hard form, in hard copy from bookstores or in soft copy, accessing the internet, etc. So now we have point 7. Let's read it. Catechesis. That's where we are, right? Catechesis is intimately bound up with the whole of the church's life. Meaning the church does not exist without catechesis, which is the teaching, which is the obedience that the church follows, obeys of the mandate, the apostolic mandate of Christ when he ascended into heaven, or just before he ascended to heaven. Go teach all nations. About what? Everything that our Lord has taught you, has taught us. You have to show it. And there are various ways of doing that, as we had commented on in the point number 6. So we cannot conceive of the church, and therefore anyone who is a member of the church, we cannot conceive of anyone in the church who is not involved in any way in catechesis. We are all involved with our very lives, with our behaviors, with our endeavors, with our when we commit mistakes, when we commit sin, we have to give testimony of beginning again, not losing hope, because we are children of God, and we have to go to confession. We examine ourselves in the evening. It's a practice, and people will get to notice that. It wouldn't be strange because it's normal. People want to check how they do during the day in their business, in their projects, in their endeavors, or simply like people like to write diaries. What happened today, right? So we have to check also what happened during the day. Have we been a catech, a cat, how do you say that? A catechist, someone who is giving catechesis, because that's the life of the church. I mean, I just saw a person in one of these shorts in YouTube, I think. Was it Facebook? He was huge, I don't know, 450 pounds, but he never gave up in exercising. Well, he gave up and then he started again. I don't know how many times he gave up, but he returned and he has lost quite a number of kilos or pounds. He has lost a lot of weight, but still more has have to be done. So the church also has to be catechizing constantly, not only her geographical extension and numerical increase, but even more her inner growth and correspondence with God's plan depend essentially on catechesis. So the church spreads because of catechesis. I mean, if you have a church like in Singapore, because where the Catholics are a minority, and or in Hong Kong or places like that, the um, the life of that church is consumed by catechesis, teaching others And this is achieved by just living as we should, as Catholics, as Christians, just like these radioactive substances or anything for that matter. I remember studying in Aristotle the concepts of act and potency. These are not just concepts, but realities. Things exist actually in actual perfection. So, like a fully grown chicken. So, that chicken was in potency in the egg that is fertilized and it grows. So, the chick grows inside the egg and then it hatches and then it starts growing and eating. So, it then actually arrives at a perfect, mature chicken. Act and potency. Right? Aristotle was the one who had seen that reality. So in the church, uh, we are supposed to be actually giving catechesis, not just waiting for the right moment or no, always we live as a Christian. It would be absurd, you know, to live as a Christian only when we go to office, or worse, only in church. Then the rest of the week we are, I don't know, something else. So there's a dichotomy, no, a split personality, which is hilarious. I mean, so people who see you will not think that you are serious in this. So just like a human being like me, I have to be consistently human because I'm a human being. If I act suddenly as a monkey, it's going to be funny because I'm not a monkey. And I'm not a monkey sometimes. No, no. I'm never a monkey because I am a human being. So a Christian has to live as a Christian all the time in unity of life, in unity of life. And so just living as a Christian, we will increase our extension because people will be affected, people will ask questions, they'll be interested, some will be interested. Well, I remember in a school where I'm a chaplain of, there are pagans, I mean, foreigners who study, who like the way the school is run, and but they're required to study the catechism of the Catholic Church. So, eh, and some of them see the light. They receive the grace of seeing the truth of the Catholic faith, and some want to be baptized. So, increasing in geographical extension, numerical increase, sign of life, right? There's growth. But more than that, her inner growth and correspondence with God's plan. We grow internally, spiritually. And spiritually growing means knowing more, not just more in quantity, but more in quality, not just extensively, but intensively. You get to know our Lord more deeply, and then we can love more deeply as well because of that deepening knowledge. There is this relationship with God. That relationship improves because of catechesis. We learn from our dealings with our Lord. We learn more about the goodness of God. Well, I remember the story of a someone I had a tragic experience, rather tragic, evil, and such experience almost forced the person to change religion or to leave the Catholic faith. How can God permit this, etc.? But it's a good thing that she prayed. That person prayed asked for light, read the scriptures, asked for guidance in spiritual direction. And she realized that it was actually good. I mean, such a tragic thing remained tragic, but in the bigger picture, it had redounded to her good. It produced good things in her. I myself, I lost a nice close brother of mine to COVID. I had prayed that he be cured, but our Lord had other plans. I could not understand it. I sort of got angry with God, but I was angry together with God. I mean, I was not repelled away from God. I told him, I prayed, etc. And it occurred to me, yeah, in the bigger context of things, I could see that it was also good because in his profession, he would be endangered. He would be in constant stress and threat in trying to be honest or trying to be upright in such an environment that he might just capitulate. He might just become one of them, criminal, or he would be eliminated by those enemies, by those criminals. So I thought it's clicked. This brother was taken by the Lord to be preserved from such circumstances. Wow, that really amazed me. I'm happy that the Lord did that. He is in a better place for sure. Well, that's it, right? The fact of this point is to impress upon us that catechesis, this learning more about the Lord, receiving more the light of faith, the doctrine, the teachings of Christ, growing in that catechesis, being catechized, being taught, spells a great difference in the life of the church. We grow in as a Christian. And in other words, we grow to become more saintly. Thank you for that. You're being with us or with me. And I hope you also are learning a lot in this in these sessions. Bye for now.